In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Through him all things were made. You know, these words from the Gospel of John, they give us such a powerful way to look at the story of creation. They tell us that the creative force behind everything we're about to explore isn't some distant, impersonal power, but a personal, divine word.
Hello and welcome. Today, we're going on a journey way back to the very beginning to explore one of the most foundational stories ever told, the creation of the world from the book of Genesis. We're going to see how a world of incredible order and just breathtaking beauty came out of chaos, all brought into being by the power of that divine word. So, let's dive in. Our whole journey is going to follow this really cool structure from the text itself, a beautiful 7-day timeline. And you can see how each day just builds on the one before it, kind of like an artist adding layers and layers to a masterpiece. It all leads to a world that's just teeming with purpose and life. So let's start where it all began. Okay, so on the very first day, imagine this. The world is described as formless and empty. There's just darkness over the surface of the deep. But into that total silence and darkness, God spoke. Let there be light. Just 4 simple words. And with that one command, that spoken word, light just floods into existence. And this is so much more than just, flipping on a light switch. It's the very first act of bringing order from chaos. And that's a theme that's going to define this entire week of creation. And notice what happens right away. God doesn't just make light, he separates it from the darkness. He names them day and night. And right there, that simple division sets up the fundamental rhythm of our world, the cycle of time that really governs all of life. Everything else that's about to happen depends on this first step. Think about it. Without light, there's no growth, no sight, no life. The word speaks the most essential ingredient into being for the world he is about to fill. So on day 2, this whole idea of creating order by separating things continues. We have the rhythm of day and night set, and now the next command from the word is going to involve another huge division. On this day, God creates this great expanse to separate the waters below from the waters above, and we call it the sky. This is what forms our atmosphere. The very dome that holds the air we breathe and the weather that waters the earth. It basically makes our world a place where life can actually exist. Now we get to day 3, and this is a really big one. The first few days are all about forming the world, and right here, that work is finished. The stage is officially set for life. You can just see this beautiful progression. First, the waters are gathered into one place, forming the seas and letting dry ground appear. And then, once this new canvas is ready, the word speaks again, and the earth just bursts forth with life for the very first time. All kinds of vegetation, plants and trees. And this just shows the incredible order of creation, doesn't it? Why create plants before the animals? Well, it's because they provide the food, the oxygen, and the habitat that all the future life is going to depend on. The world is being prepared step by logical, life-sustaining step. So the first 3 days formed the world. Now, starting on day 4, we see a whole new pattern. It's time to start filling those spaces. So God turns his attention back to the heavens he made on day 2, and now he's going to fill that expanse. He creates the 2 great lights, the sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night. And he makes the stars too. But here's the thing, they're not just for decoration. They have a purpose, to be signs, to mark sacred times, and to measure our days and our years and our seasons. It brings an even greater sense of order and rhythm to the world. All right, so with the world perfectly formed and ready, we've got light, water, land, and plants. Day 5 sees this absolute explosion of living things, filling up the seas and the skies that were created on days 2 and 3. The word commands the waters to just teem with living creatures, and for birds to fly across the sky. This is a moment of just pure abundance and wild creativity. From the smallest little fish to the great sea creatures, the world is suddenly filled with movement and sound. It's coming alive. On day 6, the last day of creative work, the land itself comes alive. After the seas and skies were filled, now it's the land's turn. It's filled with all kinds of creatures, livestock, animals that crawl along the ground, wild beasts, they all appear at God's command. But the day's work isn't done yet. It's all building to the absolute pinnacle of creation.
Then comes the most profound statement of the entire week. Let us make mankind in our image and our likeness. Wow, that one sentence sets humanity completely apart from every other creature. But what does it actually mean to be made in God's image?
Well, it means we are given this unique capacity, the ability to reason, to create things, to love, and to have a relationship with God Himself. We are made to be stewards, to be caretakers of this incredible world, reflecting the character and the nature of our Creator. And that's both a special dignity and a pretty profound responsibility. And so, after 6 days of forming and filling, the creation is done. The heavens and the earth are finished in all their vastness. Day 7 is totally different from all the others. It's not a day of making something new, but a day of completion. On the 7th day, God rested from all the work He had done. And by doing that, He blessed this day and made it holy. This act sets up a sacred rhythm for all of us, a pattern of work and rest. And rest isn't just about being idle. It's a time to stop our work, to look back on what's been done, and just to give thanks.
And here it is, the final verdict on Creation Week. Not just good, like on the other days, but very good. This means it's complete, it's perfect, it's whole. The world is exactly as its creator, the Word, intended it to be.
You know, when we reflect on this incredible story of order and beauty and purpose, it just invites the sense of gratitude. The whole story seems to call on people to love and care for the creation that was so intricately designed.
And so we end right where we began, with the central truth that really holds this entire story together. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The story of Genesis isn't just about what was made, but who was speaking it all into existence, leaving us to wonder about the nature of a God who creates, not with force, but with a word.